But let's start out with the Contagion. Yesterday, Genesis Trading paused withdrawals. They're the ones that provide Gemini with their Earn program. They are more catered to institutions, but they do some retail stuff with Gemini. So they are a lending company as well, but they're beyond lending. They're actually quite big in all aspects. So they shut down withdrawals yesterday. And that's the market bell. The best bell in the industry, guys. So they did that, and today it seems like this is the reason why. Because they're down $1 billion. They're looking for $1 billion bailout from investors. Okay? Now, did they lose $1 billion just with FTX? According to reports, no. They had about 10% of their total assets. Somewhere in here, it was like 100. It came out to be like 100 million or something. No, 175 locked in. Okay, so pretty much assume that that's just gone. But that's not the biggest thing, because they lost earlier this year $2.3 billion to Three Arrows Capital. That's a lot to make up. So Three Arrows Capital fell earlier, I think June of this year, and they were hurt badly. $2.3 billion. Now another $175 million due to funds on FTX. So Genesis, Genesis Trading, lending, they're in a world of hurt right now. So this is the reason why, of course, the contagion, unfortunately, is still spreading, right? This time, it's more like the crypto projects, the crypto companies, I should say, rather than the individual smaller projects that's retail-based. Now we're seeing more of the back-end guys, the providers, the bigger kind of like the crypto institutions that's getting really hurt by FTX. But that's not all. There's another firm called Genesis Block, which has nothing to do with Genesis lending or trading. But this company also is very involved with OTC, again, institutions, and ATM. They're actually one of the largest Asia providers for Bitcoin ATM machines. So they also just basically ceased. They stopped their OTC trading. And they told everyone to withdraw everything they have from their ATMs, right? So they're also really hurt by FTX. So unfortunately, the contagion is still spreading at this point. But like I said, right now it seems like it's all spreading to more like the back-end players, the ones that's serving institutions and so forth. Not so much like the retail side. And that could be good. Well, it's never good when anything collapses, but at least it does seem like the contagion is somewhat limited on the retail side. Let's just put it that way. But Silvergate says there's always Bitcoin buyers. Silvergate also affected by FTX, a crypto bank. Again, serving more like institutions. They also had like 100-something million locked in FTX, right? And their shares they actually have shares, so their shares was decimated recently because of their ties with FTX. But anyways, they still seem okay. They haven't really said they're having money issues, but their CEO does think that there's always Bitcoin buyers. No matter how bad it gets, there will always be Bitcoin buyers. There will always be people who believe. And there's always people that's in the game looking to DCA, right? And I agree with that. I agree with that. Now, the good thing, like I said at the beginning of this video, the good thing about this FTX contagion is this. Bitcoin reserves leaving the exchanges at pretty much a historic rate right now, okay? It doesn't always translate in terms of price. Obviously, you could see that the reserves is dropping along with the price right now, right? But just think about it. Put two and two together. When there's less reserves overall, less Bitcoin circulating around, what does that mean? Well, that means when demand comes back up, there's going to be massive price appreciation because there's just less of it for people to buy and to trade. right? So overall, what we want to see long term is the balance on exchanges drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and drop, eventually dropping to such a low level, it basically becomes unattainable for people. It basically becomes impossible for people 10 years, 20 years down the road to even afford one Bitcoin. It will be reserved for the ultra elite, the ultra rich. That could be coming one day, and I do think it's going to come. But that's the one good thing that's coming out of this FTX drama saga, Contagion, is that people realize, well, I need to safeguard my own crypto. I need to take it off the exchange, store it on a cold wallet, and just basically leave it there. Okay, that is fantastic. And it's not just Bitcoin, because Ethereum. I pulled up the Ethereum one, and you can see similar drop, right? Ethereum is also dropping. People are taking it out and just storing it or staking it, right? And that is a great. It's a great thing overall. Great thing overall. So I wanted to kind of lead with that. What else is going on in the crypto space? Well, you still have great metrics like this, or great analysis like this. Moving averages starting to flip, and of course you have very, very, very oversold levels on pretty much all intervals, all time frames, right? And you look at our current drop, the number of days that we've been in this drop, very similar to the previous time. So again, there's still a lot of on-chain metrics and TA that indicate that great things are coming. You just have to be patient and wait for it to come. All right. Now, what else is there? Good news for Ripple. Ripple is seeking a license in Ireland to drive EU expansion. Obviously, there's a lot going on with Ripple, right? Still engaged with that battle with the SEC, fighting for the whole industry. So that's fantastic. Also, one of the Ripple lawyers is looking at taking on action against Gary Gensler himself because of his involvement with FTX. So that could spur into something. That could be good too. So Ripple is fighting the good battles right now for everyone. So that's good overall. Cardano just announced that they will be coming out with their own stablecoin, USDA. That'll be coming out soon, by the end of Q1 of 2023. So that could be good. Cardano right now is still very light in the DeFi area. You don't see many major players like USDC or USDT or BUSD announce that they're moving to Cardano. So Cardano has decided to take matter in their own hands. Emergo is going to come out with this, but there's another project, Cody, that's coming out, DJed. So there will be a lot of stablecoins coming out next week, hopefully to boost Cardano's DeFi ecosystem. So that's also pretty good. What else? Dogecoin holders among the least stressed amid the current market crisis. Really? Is it because Dogecoin holders just simply does not care, or because they believe in Elon so much they know that greater things are coming? I don't know. It's quite interesting that that Doge holders are among the least stressed. What about the most stressed? Well, FTX token, yes, that makes sense. Tether, there's still a lot of people that's very worried about Tether. Yes, this is why I prefer USDC over Tether or BUSD. Then you have Bitcoin, Cardano, XRP, and then you go on and on. Even Terra Classic. Terra Classic is at 11, so I guess people that do hold Terra Classic right now are not so stressed. And then Sheeb is pretty down there at 22. And then least stressed, the Theta and decentralized sandbox. That's kind of hard to believe. That I don't buy that. But anyways, there you go. Whatever that's worth. And looking at the U.S. stock market today, the market bell rung and ready. So yeah, today is looking like a green day. So that's good. This whole week for U.S. market has been good. Unfortunately, it's not carried into crypto. right? Because of the FTX fallout. But this whole week actually been pretty positive for equities. I did see this. If you're in the UK, not looking good. Sharpest fall in living standards on record as government tightens its belt. I saw inflation just went up to over 11%. The GDP is contracting and will continue to contract in 2023, estimated by 1.4%. So many people, when I say many people, I mean like Bank of England is already coming out saying the recession in 2023 will be among the worst ever recorded. And their measure of living standards projected to fall by 4.3% in 2022. And if you add that to what's projected in 2023, that's 7.1%. That's a lot, right? And I'm sure it's not just UK. We concentrate on UK a lot, but I'm sure if you look at other countries in Europe, I don't know, for example, Germany or Italy, they're probably facing the same thing too. So, unfortunately, inflation is still an issue. Negative growth is still an issue, and rate hikes are still an issue too. Let's see. And then lastly, this. I don't know why. Qatar is going to ban beer at the World Cup stadiums for FIFA. This has to be like the worst timing. I guess, I don't know if it's just like because they think there's too many people that go crazy at the stadiums or something. But yeah, they're going to be selling like Budweiser Zero, like non-alcoholic beer in the stadiums. I don't know. It just seems like it's a really bad idea. But maybe there's just too many drunk people at these events, and they want to stop that. I don't know. People just show up to the stadiums drunk then. I don't know.